Till Last Credit here, coming to you guys another podcast, and today we're talking Justice League again. Me and Darren, we're going to be talking Justice League again. So Justice League, Peter Sciretta on the Slash Film podcast said that he has sources telling him that the ending of Justice League has been changed during reshoots. Apparently, we're gonna get into somewhat spoilers. Like if you don't want to know what was cut out and what won't happen, then exit the video right now because I'm about to say. So apparently, in the original cut of Justice League, before they went back for reshoots, the end of the movie saw Darkseid invading, and it was going to leave on this huge cliffhanger leading into Justice League 2. Apparently, this is no longer there, and Josh Whedon has went back, reshot the ending, and it is now a complete movie. And apparently, I think he said something that they're reshooting some of Steppenwolf's backstory too. So who knows what they're doing right now. But Darren, what are you thinking about them changing the ending, and what are you thinking about, I mean, Josh is changing this movie a lot, and how do you feel about that?
Well, I love it. First and foremost, because you sent me this during the day, this podcast, which I kind of want to bring up. Do you remember what the podcast? It's Slash Films podcast.
Yeah.
And I just want to give it as much, shout out to them because this is because we're using them.
Podcast or something.
Yeah, because we're using them as our source. So but I was listening to it, and as I was listening to it, I was just getting more and more worried. I don't know, as they were talking about it, I was just like, what was the ending of this movie? And then they said it, and in a way, it's kind of predictable because of what we. Yeah, because what we knew of Justice League originally, when they originally had that slate of Justice League being two films, of it being Part 1 and Part 2, similar to what they were doing to Infinity War, splitting Infinity War into one part and two parts. Because, the Part 1, Part 2 game back in the day, like 5 years ago, it was a big thing, splitting your movie.
They had that set report thing that they did, where everyone said that this was going to be a complete movie. So that's what I find weird about this.
Exactly.
Is that Peter Sciretta is saying that it was not a complete movie. It was going to end on a giant cliffhanger, but they said that it was. Like I said, this is not really like I said. This is what sources are telling Peter Sciretta. This is not confirmed. We're just going off of what he's saying, but he is a reliable source. Yeah. So.
And the thing is, when was... Because it had to be recent. This... Because he's saying this is during the reshoots that Joss is doing, so it had to be recent, but...
It had to be very...
Yeah, but I like the idea of this being a complete film. I want the DC Cinematic Universe... The DC Cinematic Universe is, in my opinion, is not in a position where they can be like cliffhanger. They don't have my confidence just yet. I really liked Wonder Woman... Varying opinions on all the other films. I really don't like Suicide Squad. Batman vs Superman is Man still. I like the fight scenes, whatever. But we're not here for that. But they don't have it instilled the confidence in me to just be like, hey, we can leave this on the cliffhanger. What I want in November is a damn good Justice League movie. I want a good Justice League movie. I don't want an episode of Justice League. I want a full beginning to end Justice League. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. And I really liked it. And also what really excited me and kind of surprised me a little bit when I was listening to it, I was kind of relieved, is that Steppenwolf is going to be the villain. Yeah, but because I was listening to one, it was the Collider podcast, and they were just like, Steppenwolf should just be walking around with I will die at the end of this movie. I am good for nothing. I'm just I am the key to Darkseid. I'm just a stepping stone. But I like him just being I like him just being really the full villain. And yes, we're going to have the looming we're probably still going to, in this movie, have the looming presence of Darkseid, because it's parademons, it's mother boxes, that all eventually leads to him. But I like Steppenwolf just being more of a presence, and just being like, we can, hopefully, as the years go by, we can look back at Justice League saying, like, that was a damn good villain. Steppenwolf was a cool fucking villain, and I really want that.
And see, the thing is that you can do the Darkseid tease thing. You can do that, but you don't have to have him fucking invading Earth at the end of the movie to lead into. You can just do it with the fucking post-credit scene and just tease him that he's coming to Earth and he's coming for blood, but you don't have to fucking add into the fucking movie to lead into the second one.
Yeah, and it's also kind of odd that you would end on a giant invasion of Earth, and we still got movies in between that, because.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, with Aquaman, like, just like, let's just say their original slate, because I think their original slate was Justice League, Flash, Aquaman, and then Justice League Part 2? Or was it Justice League, Flash, Shazam, and then Justice League Part 2? I think that was it.
Yeah, Justice League Part 2 was supposed to come out in 20...
Yeah, so then does...
November 29th.
Yeah, so does Aquaman take place in the past? Does... so, like, we would be having to deal with that, or like, does Flash just be like, time out, I gotta go handle some stuff in Central City, you guys got this? Cool. So, how would you do that? And that's another thing that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to have to juggle, because of how Infinity War will end. We don't know, but, like, they have 2 movies in between, but they've done something, like, with Captain Marvel that takes place in the 90s, and Ant-Man, we don't even know if he's really involved in Infinity War, so...
Ant-Man takes place after Civil War.
That is true. So yeah, that is true. So I guess they're removing that from the timeline completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just would have been weird, because we're Justice League. We're there to see the team up, kick ass, save the day. I think if this was Justice League 2, it's a different story. But like for your first go around, I think it's proper to not end on. And also, maybe I guess I sort of kind of agree with the studio of being like, maybe not end that much on a darker note.
Yeah. I'm so glad that they're changing this ending to just, it just being a complete movie or whatever, because that shows me that Warner Brothers, they're like, we don't have to set this movie up in this movie. We can tell just a complete story. They're learning from Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was a complete story, and it seems like they're learning from that. They're going to make Justice League a complete story if this turns out to be true. And but the original ending, I think that is the dumbest idea. It's exactly what. When I was listening to the podcast and he said what the original ending was with Darkseid invading Earth, I just said to myself, that's such a DC thing to do. That's just such a DC thing to do, and I'm just so fucking glad they're changing it.
But and it kind of does make sense in a way because of what some of the things we saw in Batman v Superman about how they were teasing Darkseid coming. So I think it adds credence to what Scoretta was saying.
Them changing the ending to this, the way Peter Scoretta talks about it, he talks about it as a bit of Steppenwolf's backstory, and that Darkseid throughout the movie was supposed to kind of be this looming threat, and that there's so I'm wondering if maybe they're just going to completely cut Darkseid out of this, and then just worry about that later.
Yeah. I mean, have they been... Do you know if any of the toys or anything they've been saying General Steppenwolf?
No, it's all just been Steppenwolf.
Okay, I mean, because I think that's easy, because... And I don't mean to compare once again, but, even with what they did in the Avengers with Loki... Like, you knew Loki was working for somebody throughout the film, but it was more passing. Yeah. Like, it's just like, someone gave me this power. Who gave me this power? It doesn't matter. I'm Loki. Blah 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 blah. So it can be in passing. Steppenwolf came from somewhere. He's talking. Even in the trailer, the Comic-Con trailer, he's talking. He's reporting, talking to someone. It can be passing references. He can still be the big bad. Yeah, I think they can cut Darkseid out, like you said, but also still keep his presence in a way, because he is Darkseid, and fans do. I want to see him, but I mean, I still want. Yeah, I want to see him too. Yeah, but I don't want I don't want the film to just focus completely on that and just be a setup for something, or Steppenwolf to be thrown to the side. I just hope all this is just. I just like how they're streamlining it, just like making it a little bit more just straightforward.
This fucking movie come out already. Like, I'm just kind of to the point where I'm just tired of fucking hearing about it. Like, I just want it to come out, be good, and everyone will stop. Yeah. But the thing is, see, if it's good, then we have the fucking debates all the time about who made it good, Zack Snyder or fucking Joss Whedon. So.
Yeah, I just don't know why people can't see it as a mix, because I like Zack Snyder I like his aesthetic, I like his visuals, I like his fight sequences. I really like Watchmen all the way through, but I also like Joss Whedon's his dialogue, his sense of character, and I don't know how people won't be able, because even in I can't actually never, because you can't judge that off the trailer, but. I think we're going to be able to see that mix throughout this entire film of those two filmmakers really working together. And people need to realize Zack Snyder chose Joss. He went to Joss and said, "Hey, can you do this for me?" Before anything else, he was like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" So, and Joss is working under Snyder's lens. He's not trying. Sure, there's going to be tonal changes, and sure, there's going to be other changes because that's what the studio wants. But, yeah, I still think we're just going to have a nice 50-50 mix of both visions.
I think that, I'm starting to think, well, almost, I'm sure of it, there were reports back when Josh first came on, and they said they were going to reshoot. We got those reports saying that, they were doing 6 weeks of reshoots and $25 million. And they've been reshooting since June. Yeah. So it seems like these reshoots are a lot more extensive than
I mean, are we going to know when they wrapped?
What?
I mean, we don't know when they wrapped, right?
I don't think they have wrapped yet. Well, I think they're still shooting.
They could still, because they still have to deal with that Henry Cavill stuff, and they were talking about.
Because we had those reports about that Henry Cavill thing, so they must be still shooting.
And Ezra Miller and they're trying to have to get Ezra Miller out of. They had to juggle Ezra Miller between Fantastic Beasts and Justice League, so they might still. Yeah, you're right. They might still be doing it.
So they've been reshooting for about 3 months now or so. So I think these reshoots are a lot more extensive than we originally thought, because just combined with how long they've been doing it, and now this thing with them changing the ending or whatever. And I mean, I'm happy about it because it seems like Warner Brothers really fucking wants to get this movie right.
Yeah.
They know they can't fuck it up, and they really want to get it right, to the point to where they're really willing to change all that they can to make sure that it's good and people are happy with it. And that gives me faith, because just especially with them changing the ending, because it shows that they want this movie to be good. So hopefully we'll have our second good DCU movie come November. But Darren, do you have any more thoughts on these reshoots in general?
No, I completely agree with you. Just be good. Just be good. I mean, that's
please good. Be good. Please be good, so we don't have to go through this fucking pain again.
Yeah, because I mean, I like the idea of Justice League being rebirth for
DC, the
yeah.
DCU. Yeah, me too. I just want this movie to please be good, no matter what it takes. Just make sure it's good, Warner Brothers. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and check out all of our other videos. What do you guys think of the Justice League reshoots? What's your take on it? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you check out our website, TillTheLastCred.com, and our Twitter, @TillTheLastCred. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.